Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe, and in today's video we're going to be doing another discussion video for today. You guys all wanted me to do a video on this one. This was like massive yesterday. Everybody was talking about this one on X, Instagram, and a bunch of Walking Dead accounts were kind of like tagging me in it, and they're like, oh my god, Dan, you see the news? You see the news? I was like, damn, what's going on, you know? And I check it out, and it is The Ones Who Live Season 2 announcement. Look, man, I wanted to, guys. I wanted to. And, you know, unfortunately, we've done a lot of videos on it, of course. And, you know, it is a really unfortunate thing. But, you know, it just doesn't seem like it's happening. But let's go over what the news is. Let's go over what people are kind of freaking out about. There is a post all over social media about The Ones Who Live. And apparently it is listed as a 2-season series on AMC Plus. And it is listed as 2 seasons upcoming. And there is a description that I'll kind of put here at the bottom so y'all can check it out. There's a minor description for The Ones Who Live for these 2 seasons, apparently. And it's having people freak out. Now, that description clearly is describing Season 1. And not only that, people were also posting that apparently there is like an updated key art for the franchise and stuff like that, which shows the 3 shows, Daryl Dixon, Dead City, and The Ones Who Live, with a slightly different poster of Rick and Michonne, and that is making people believe that there could be a second season in the works or some kind of something, you know? Now, I gotta be honest, what I think this is, and the initial thought that was kind of on my mind is that, yeah, they say 2 seasons, yeah, they say that, maybe there could be something to that, but to me, I honestly think it's a glitch. I think it's something to do with that, or some kind of something. I don't think that we're getting a Ones Who Live Season 2. I think that if we're getting anything with Rick in the franchise again, which already sounds unlikely as hell, I'm not gonna lie, but if we were, let's say hypothetically, I would guess that it would be in a new project altogether, or in one of the already existing spin-offs.
Keeping an eye on all the stupid shenanigans.
Which obviously would make sense. However, here's the thing. With the recent rumor of Dead City and Daryl Dixon only getting 4 seasons, that's the rumor right now, I think that pretty much cancels out my thoughts on Andrew Lincoln popping up in the franchise for a bit. I think that if we see Rick in the franchise again, the soonest I would see it happening is Daryl Season 4. And that's if we're, like, really lucky. You know what I mean? Maybe at the end of Daryl Season 4, if that is the final season of that show when he goes back, he could find Rick at the end of that show. That would be cool. You know what I mean? And that would be, like... that would be next year, at the end of 2026. That would be like the luckiest scenario in the world, though, you know what I mean? That's like if we're really lucky and if they really somehow pull that together, you know? Because even that, at this point, doesn't sound all that likely, I'm going to be honest. So, it's an interesting time, man, it really is. And in terms of this, I mean, like I said, I just don't think The Ones Who Live is getting a second season. I mean, it would kind of be random at this point for them to be like, all right, like, over a year later with no kind of, you know, comments on anything, yeah, let's bring this limited series back for Season 2. Like, of course, I would take it. I'd be like, okay, we're going to get more Rick. But at the same time, I'd be like, you know, you should have probably announced that right away if you're going to do it. You know what I mean? I feel like they're starting to miss their mark on the opportunity for The Ones Who Live Season 2, because at this point, we would probably only see it late next year, even if we did get a Season 2, and, you know, I don't know exactly how much people are going to want to see that at that point, so it's like, I don't know, you know, to me, it definitely feels like The Ones Who Live was a limited event, even despite, you know, some of the stuff that's coming out about this. I think people are just trying to hold on to any kind of hope, which I don't blame them, admittedly. The Walking Dead definitely doesn't have much hope to hang on to at the moment, so I understand people's, you know, mindset. I understand people's kind of, you know, opinions on that. It makes sense. It makes absolute sense. But it's just, I don't think at this point that's what we're getting. I don't think that we're going to go out of our way at this point to have a Ones Who Live Season 2 over a year after the show ended. I don't know. Although at the same time, I mean, Gimple greenlights stuff all the time. Who knows what the hell that guy's planning next? I mean, the guy genuinely, I don't know where his brain's at half the time, but, you know, he'll randomly resurrect the idea of a Tales of the Walking Dead like almost 3 years after the first season came out. It's insane. So you never know what he's going to do, I suppose. You never know what he's going to kind of, you know, do. But, I mean, we've literally heard them say that this is a limited event. I don't see how they would do another season of this. Also, my genuine question is, even if there was a Season 2, what the hell would be the plot? You eliminated the CRM. You eliminated everything. Like, would Season 2 be about Rick and crew at Alexandria and then maybe some new threat comes along. I don't know. Would that be, I mean, here's the thing. I would take it because then you'd have a lot of opportunities. You could have an opportunity to bring Morgan in. You'd have opportunities to, do other things, maybe actually enhance on the ending of the CRM, maybe see how the CRM is doing now as a group of allies. There are definitely things you could do with the second season. I just don't think they're going to do it, admittedly. I don't think that this is something that's on their bucket list, and I also don't think that Andy and Denai are going to be available to do it. I think Andy would be, but I don't think Denai is going to be back for Michonne ever, admittedly. Something tells me that Denai is done with The Walking Dead, and I got to admit, based off the way she ended, I don't see a reason why you would bring Michonne back. Rick, you need back. Michonne, you don't need back. I don't need Michonne back in the story. Rick, you do need to conclude because I don't think he's concluded fully. There's things that we need to see from him, like the reunion with Morgan that they very clearly set up at the end of Fear the Walking Dead, like the reunion with Daryl that they've set up for multiple seasons of the Daryl Dixon spinoff. There's definitely things to still see. So though, like I said, I don't necessarily believe the ones who live theories. I do think that Rick needs to be back, and I do think we'll get that at one point. My question is, and I think this is the most unfortunate thing about the franchise right now, will people care when they do that reunion, right? Because unfortunately, they're waiting so long to do this Rick and Daryl reunion. Will people care when they do it, right? That's the question, because I feel like they're lingering on it way too long, and they should have done it in The Ones Who Live. They should have worked out the timelines in enough of a way to where they could have done that, because now, unfortunately, we're not going to get it for a long, long time, and it is unfortunate, I'll say that much. So, anyway, post your comments down below, post your opinions, and of course, guys, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, guys, make sure to click subscribe and don't miss any of the videos for the Walking Dead universe. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for the Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected, every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies did a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.